Good evening, everyone. Slav.
Good evening.
Slav Dilek, Gerrit, Alex, Sarah, Zurbasha. Okay, we're going to wait just a minute more. All right. Well, while we're waiting, I actually like to get to know a little bit about who's here. Alex, do you mind starting since you're an A?
Sure thing. And I guess I'm the visible one right now. So I'm a grad student with Middle East Studies program at, excuse me, at the Elliott School at GWU. I was notified by one of my professors about this course, and I've been trying to find Kurdish courses forever in DC, and it's a pain, let alone anything that's affordable. So that's why I'm here tonight.
Cool. All right. Sarah Stevens, if you're available.
Hi, yes, sorry, I'm in the car, but I am a master's student in Georgetown University's Russia, Eurasia, Eastern Europe program. And I was notified about this course by one of my teachers, my Turkish language teacher, and I thought it'd be really interesting.
Cool. Choki. All right, Dilek.
Slow. Yes, actually, it's pronounced Dilik. My
Dilek.
name. Yes. It's fine. Chinina. I'm a master's student at American University, and one of my friends at the Elliott School, Yana Andrashkova, suggested that I join this class because I speak Bodini, but not Sorani.
Oh, Zorbash. Yeah, it's going to be super close to what you're speaking.
Yes.
So, okay, Dilik. خوشحال ما نسينت. Zorbash. Spas. Oh, Frank's not here. All right, Olivia.
I work for the International Rescue Committee, so I've worked in the humanitarian aid sector for the last decade. And a friend of mine who I'd worked with in Iraq, I worked there 2016, 2017 during the battle to liberate Mosul. I worked at a field hospital. And so a friend of mine who I'd worked with at the time, many of my colleagues had been Kurdish, and I'd learned a little bit of Sorani primarily. And yeah, had sent this along and felt like a good opportunity to freshen that up a bit.
Fantastic. I nothing but respect to the IRC. I worked as a family mentor back in 2010 for an Iraqi family. So I love you guys. Zorbasha. Berfin. Slav.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Slav Hussein.
Slav Kaka, Slav. Bashi.
Bashim Spas.
Zor Spas Mamusa. Choni.
Bashim Spas. Okay.
Nothing.
Bashi?
She's in here. Aman Basha.
Yeah, Chad Basha.
Zor Spas.
Basha. All right. Let's see. We've got a couple of people we didn't get to hear from. I would like to hear from you later, though, if that's okay. If not this week, then next. I just like to hear who's here, what what you're doing, how this can help you. Just any input I can get, help me with this. All right. So this is session 2. I have 2 students who are coming in from the last session. Everyone else here is new. So Asako, Johnny. Bashim Spas. Oh, Johnny.
Slav.
Bashim Spas. Joanna. Okay, well, just a heads up, you don't have to have your camera on. I am recording these sessions. The only place this goes, though, is onto the Google Docs. I don't share it anywhere else. And this is really just so other students who can't make the actual class, or if y'all want to review things that we went over, you can have access to that. So after I'm done with meetings, I upload it like 5 minutes later. So you can expect to have that as a norm. Let me show you, has anybody been able to look at the Google Doc? You should have access to it. Here we go. I sent the email with the access to it. Does anybody, I'm actually going to throw it in the chat just in case. All right, let me, oops. please. So anybody with this link can get onto it. All right, in case you didn't get the email, it's in the chat. As long as you have that access, you're good to go. So I'm just going to go over, I know that Hussein and Asako, this is old news to y'all, but for everyone else new. Okay, so we are going to have our primary document is going to be our notes right here. Like this is, I've already got it pulled up on a different page here, but this is where, just our weekly stuff is going to get written. I have some other content from the first session. Some of it's in here, but the rest are going to be in these other sessions. So if you want to read ahead or look ahead at stuff we're going to do, you're welcome to peruse that. Some of it's recordings from last session. There are, if you're looking to do, is there anybody looking to learn the alphabet? All right. Well, in case anybody is, there's some videos on this, so you can see how it's written. That's just, and I also have, I should show you on just a second. Let me, 2 seconds. Let me pull up. I also have, and I'll share this as well. I have a YouTube channel that I've been uploading a lot of these videos to. And again, you can start, if you want to look ahead at some of the things we'll be doing, I've got some of these videos up here. Let's see. If you look up, I think if you look up Benjamin Priest, it should work. I'll figure that out though. I just want to make sure you know what resources we've already got up. So you can use those at your leisure. And I'll be making some more videos. Some of them will be content-based. Goodness. Others will be kind of cultural in nature. All right, so let's jump into here now. Okay, any questions so far? Nia? Okay. Okay, Lau Halada. Excuse me, please. Okay, let's go to the actual notes. So that's the other notes. Joanna. Okay, I'm going to be practicing here with some of the students who have already done this. Hussein, Slough.
Slough, Mamusa.
Slough. Nawim, Ben. Nawit, Chia.
Minnawim Husseina, Naznawit Chia.
Naznawim, Priest. Zorbasha. Asako.
Slough.
Slough.
Tony. Sorry.
Keshinia. Nawim, Ben. Nawit, Chia.
Nawim Asakoya.
Asako.
Naznawit Chia.
Naznawim, Priest. Zorbasha. Basha, spas. Okay, so I should note here that the way we're going to do class this semester, this session, I'll get that word right in a minute. The way we're doing it this session is today we're going to start off with a little bit of just the communicative. We're going to be practicing in breakout groups. But starting next week, what we're going to do is we're going to start off the first half. We're going to be going over a bit of grammar and vocabulary for the first half of class. And then for the second half of class, we'll be doing more of the communicative stuff. We'll be doing breakout groups. Some people don't really like that. And if you really don't want to participate in the communicative part, you can drop that part. I highly encourage it though, because the whole idea for me at least, of learning a language is using it. So, and the way to do that is by a lot of back and forth. Hussein's nodding, he knows, Asako knows. Zorbasha. Okay. So you can either do it out loud for yourselves, or you can do it with yourselves muted, but just parrot after me. Slough. Nawim. Nawit Chia. Zorbasha. Okay, Dakik. Hossein Asako, could you model this once more for us? Slow, min now with chia.
Okay.
Yes. Slow.
Slow.
Now
Now
with G.
من ناوم حسينة. Now with chia.
من ناوم أساقويا. خوشحالم بناسينيت.
مانيش هروها. مانيش خوش حالم بناسينت.
Yekchar Basha. Spas. Okay. I'm just going to go one by one. We're just going to do this for each of us. If you're good with that for this first time. Dilik.
بله.
Slow.
Slow.
Nawim Ben. Now with Chia.
ناوم دليكة. خوش حالم بناسينيت.
Minish Harwaha. Minish Khosh Halim Banasinet. Zur Spas.
شخصي.
زرنا زيكلا بادينية.
بله.
كيف كويش يعني بكرمانجي كيف كويش بلم باديني.
دبيجين بي خوش حالم. شينا خوش حالم بناسينيت.
Okay, Zor Basha. Joanna. So Dilik, she speaks a subdialect of Kurdish. It's of Sorani Kurdish. It's between Kurmanji and Sorani, probably closer to Kurmanji. So that's awesome. Zor Basha. Olivia.
Slow.
Slow. Nawim.
Now,
Nimbura.
Nawim Olivia. Nawit Chia.
Nawim Ben. Khosh Halim Banasinet.
Minish Hoshalem.
Yekjar Basha. Manish Khosh Halim. Bali. Okay, I'll keep going with this and I'll explain how I write things because I'm realizing that's it might not be immediately intuitive. Berfin.
Slav.
Slow.
Slav.
Min Nawim Ben. Nawit Chia.
من ناویم باشینا. ناسناوی چیه؟
Naz Nawim Prista. Naz Nawit Chia.
من ناسناوی توتوشه. خوشحالم با ناسین.
Manish Harwaha. Manish Khosh Halim.
منیش خوشحالم.
Zor Basha. Alex.
Slow.
Slow. Min Nawim Ben. Nawit Chia.
ناوم أليكسا. خوش حالين. بناسيت. نسينيت.
Zor Basha. Manish Khosh Halim. Spas. Sarah.
Slow.
Slow. Min Nawim Ben. Nawit Chia.
Now Sarah. Koshalim Nasini.
Manish Khosh Halim. Spas. Mona. Slow.
Nawim Mona. Nawit Chia.
Nawim Ben. Khosh Halim Banasinet.
Minish Khoshal.
Zor Basha. Get it.
Slow.
Slow.
Now it's Chia. Now it's Chia.
Min Nawim Ben. Nawit Chia.
Now I'm Gerete. Koshalim ben Nasine.
Minish Khosh Halim. Spas. Zor Basha. Okay. Oh, we have some new. Zor Basha. You with us, Nadra? Okay, let's see. We're gonna do for just about 2 minutes. Let's go into breakout groups where I'm gonna give you, make sure everyone has this document so that you can see it for yourselves. Let's see. Oh, mic issue. Okay, good to know. All right, if you have mic issues, just let us know over chat. That's totally fine. All right, let's jump in just for like 2 minutes. We're just going back and forth. Slow, now it's Chia. I know for yeah, Jose and Asako, I appreciate your help with this. Zor spas. Okay, let's do the breakout groups right quick, and then we'll move on from there. What is going on here? Or we went back and forth.
Yeah. Mhm.
Go ahead and do it one more time, just so I can see it.
Sure. Okay. Slao, nauim gerite. Nauit chie,
Slal, Nawim Mona, Hoshalim Ba Nasinit.
manish hoshalim.
Yek Jarbasha. Okay, Juan. All right, we're going to close all the rooms, and we will come back together. Spas. Zorbasha. Okay. Well, let's this is actually gonna go a little slicker than last session because this was my first time doing it like this. But if anybody has any questions,
No,
just,
I don't have my.
what's up? Okay.
Accidental unmute, I think.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah. If anybody has any questions, though, just stop me. I don't. I'd really rather be stopped. Okay. So let's go. Let's break down a little bit of what we just did. Sako and Hossein, just so you know, we will be going faster this session, so we will get new content fairly soon for you both. Just nature of the beast. We also have fewer.
Keshem Nia.
Yeah, that's Chosh. Zurbasha. Okay, so as you can see, we have the Sorani on the right, we have the transcription in the middle, and then we have the English on the left. Has anybody noticed the weird syntax in English? Yeah. Okay. For Kurdish, Kurdish is like Persian. Does anybody have any Persian background? A little bit? Even a little bit will give you an idea. It's going to have very similar syntax. For Arabic and Turkish, it's not going to line up as much in a lot of ways. Kurmanji has a lot more Turkish in it. And then they're going to be a lot like Badini has a lot more Arabic in it. But so sorry, I guess it's got a bit in it, but a lot less Turkish. All right. So what we just did here, this nawim, nawit, nasinit. These are just possessive suffixes. This is an important idea in Kurdish, which is just the way to. There are two ways to do this. One is an izafa, which we'll get into, and the other one is just this possessive suffix, nawim, nawit. Zurbasha. Hossein. I know this is kind of weird. Nawi Asako Chia.
Nawi Asako Asakoya.
Yeah, Zurbasha. Nawi Asako, yeah. Zurbasha. Okay. So yeah, it's just, that's all it is you attach this as now, which is very close to the Persian nama. You just push this E at the end, or a ta or a meme. And it's going to be, this is actually be a very helpful chart in the future. All right, so for Kurdish in general though, these are just equational sentences. This is just something equals something else. All right, so my name is Reboir. What's the, what's the subject of the sentence? What's the main thing here?
My name.
Yeah, it's actually just the name. It's the name itself. The name is the subject. So the fact that it's my name is kind of coincidental. Just name equals Reboir. You know whose name? That's essentially what we're doing. So when we go up for this, you know, Slow, Alex.
Slow.
Now it Chia.
Now I'm Alexandra.
Yekshar
Iskander.
Iskander, Alexander, Iskander, Joanna. Okay. Yani. Okay, now it Iskander Zorbasha. So your name is Alexander is. That's all this is let me see. And I do a lot of color coding. It'll be consistent throughout. I hope this helps other people. It helps me. At least it helped me when I was learning it and when I was helps me when I teach it. You know. That's all we're doing here. This might be too much detail, but it also might be helpful later on. Okay. Just so I know what we're doing. Okay. I am happy. What's the subject here?
I.
Hi. Yes. Hi. So the equal sign here is going to be for, you know, this equals is going to be for I. Whereas in this first one, the equal sign, the equational part of it is going to be for the he, she, it, because it's a name. It's an it. So now it Iskandara versus Khosh Halim. You know, there are other ways to say this. You know, did Khoshim, Shadim, Khosh Halim. Actually, let's see. So. I'll clean that up later. Okay. Zorbasha. So it's just min. Oops. Excuse me. Oh. Khosh Halim. That's all it is I am happy. Like in Khosh Halim, but not seen it. I'm happy with the meeting of you. Yes, we can talk a little about pronunciation. Let me just a moment. Let me actually go over to the alphabet itself. Let me open got a book here. I apologize if you write something in the chat and it takes me a second to get to it. You can also raise your hand on the actual on the Zoom console. Okay, just a second. I'm looking for. Okay, let me go over to. This is my. I've got some videos on this, but let's just go over it together, and we can just parrot it so you have the noises out of your mouth. Okay. So, we have the. If you're familiar with Persian Arabic, there's the Hamza. Now in Arabic or Persian, more especially in formal Arabic, this is going to be a glottal stop. In Kurdish, it really only has one function. The vowels, if a word starts in a vowel, it's shy. It will never just go by itself. It will never be. Just a second, I'm trying to get the Kurdish. You'll never see Aleph like that. Kurdish, or Sorani Kurdish is 90-ish, 90% phonetic, where it's going to be written as it sounds, with the exception of having this Aleph that's out, or this Hamza, excuse me, that's out in front. So Aleph, it might be Aleph, is Roka. Or if you've got like America, it's going to have this So if you're transcribing it, it's going to look just, the Hamza doesn't transcribe. It's just there. This is just a writing mechanism that Sorani has. I do not know why, but it has it. All right. So this is just this Aleph, those ah. And again, you compare it to yourself. You can have your mic on, off. Okay. Yeah. And I'll go over my transcription system too. I'll make sure that I'll take a screenshot of this and put it in our notes. So, okay, then we have be, pe. I mean, none of these are going to be really challenging. Te. You'll notice that similar to Persian, I've actually got a video on this that I'm going to recommend if you're interested to understand more about the lettering system. But there are letters that are absent in Sorani Kurdish that are present in Arabic and in Persian, though the Persian pronounces it differently. There's no tha. They just, if it's a tha, and if it's taken from Arabic and it has a tha in it, it's either turned into an S noise or a ta. There's no tha. Okay, j, just a j. Okay, this is a cha. Baku, chani. This is an Arabic ha. If you're in places, if you're in somewhere like Mosul or Kirkuk, they are going to have a little more of that Arabic sound to it, the ha, as opposed to just an H noise. When I'm teaching this in Arabic, I always say like, okay, it's Bowser versus Peach, ha, 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 versus ha, ha, ha. So that will be regional, but it's an H noise. I'll put a little dot underneath it. That's all it is. It's just indicating it that it's this high. Did you have a question, Sarah?
Nope, sorry.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Okay, this is a kha. I will write it as an X. So in Kurmanji, they write as an X as well. I try to stay away from what is that? My brain is having two letters to make one noise. I don't prefer that personally. All right, that's what I'll do. When this little letter here, the C with that hat on it, is just that ch noise. So when I write choni, it's going to look like choni. Like that. Okay, this is kha. This is just a da, ra. And this with a little, that's the new letters for everyone who hasn't seen this yet. It's going to be this little V shape. They just call it Charon. This is a ra. This is a trilled R, kind of like an R with a ra with a shadda on it. If you're talking Arabic or Persian, there is no shadda in Kurdish, or in Kurdish, excuse me. But when you're starting, technically, anytime you start a word like, okay, reboir, the name reboir, it's going to be with this double r. Everything, if the word starts with an R, it's r. And if you can't, like some people physically can't trill their R's, that case, just reboir, as much as you just spend a little more time on it. It's not your fault. There's just something about some people's mouths that can't do that. Okay, this is just a z. This is zh. I'll write it as a z with a dot underneath it. And we'll have some words that have this zh in it, so it comes up. Okay, this is a sa, just an S noise. Sh. And just like the C, I'm going to write it with a little Charon on top. If you're already familiar with the Sheen letter, just think it has 3 dots, or, well, they're inversed, but yeah. Okay, now Arabic, how would you normally pronounce an Arabic ayn? Yep, Hussein's right, it's in the back of the throat, it's technically a consonant. This is going to be very, Fermo.
Nothing, just I wanted to pronounce an ein.
Yep, this is the infamous ayn. So if this is also going to be a regional thing, places that have more Arabs in the area, that with Arabic speakers, it will sound a little more Arabic. It'll have more of that little in the back of the throat noise to it. A lot of other places, like this is the word for Iraq, where we just, this is how we pronounce it, Iraq. That's how Kurds write it, and most of the time it sounds like Iraq. Some people might Iraq, but not as many. Okay, this is a gh. It's kind of like a French R. And a lot of times in Kurdish, this sounds almost like a ch noise. That ch, very close together, and a lot of Kurds just end up going ch. I will write this. For as much as I hate digraphs, I guess I do end up saying GH. That's really funny. Yeah, okay. So there's that. Okay, just a f. All right, so for Persian speakers, this is kind of new for you. This is a v. So there's a v. Badini has a lot more v's, and like Kurmanji and Badini have way more v's than Kurdish does, or than Sorani, excuse me. If I say Kurdish, I don't mean anything. I'm used to talking to people who the only Kurdish exposure they have is Sorani. So I say Kurdish, they know I'm talking Sorani. So Sorani has far fewer v noises than Kurmanji or Badini, and Persian as well. So whenever like a Persian speaker might see the word lot, and they'll say velat, they'll have this v noise. It's anytime there's a v in Sorani Kurdish, it's going to be written with a v in it. Is this too much information, or is this helpful for everyone? It is? Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not wasting anybody's time. I will frequently ask for input just because a lot of different people, and I haven't met you before, so I try to gauge where I can. Okay, so that's the va. Okay, this is the qaf. Another one of those things, like so Iraqi Arabs will have a little more of a ga with it. Kurds will just use it kind of as a deep kaf, like a qaf, more like a traditional qaf. And then Persians will also use the ga, where you'll never hear the qa. Kurds might have, or a lot of Sorani speakers will have something that varies between a ka and a qa, very similar, but they won't do the ga. I don't know why, because of all the places it would make sense that Kurdistan or Sorani Kurds would, but they don't. All right, this is ka, just a kaf noise. The tricky thing here is sometimes it's especially in Iraq, there'll be places where it's a cha. I don't know if that's an influence of Iraqi Arabic, which has a lot more chas in it, or it might just independent. I don't know why, but it does do a cha sometimes. We'll come across that. So sometimes cha. Make that smaller. Oh, nope, I'll make the whole screen smaller. How about that? Like I said, Kurdish is about 90-something% phonetic. And gaf, this is another one. This is a g, just like just a G noise. I know English is kind of weird because a G can be a j or a g. This is just g. Sometimes though, it's also a j. I don't know why. Yani waku, the word for listening. Okay, and I'll write this in, I'll transliterate this as well for anybody who can't read this. All right, Yani min la musica jue de grim. La música jouée de grim. I'm listening to music. La música jouée de grim. This has a gem and that has a game and that has a game, but they pronounce differently. Why? I don't know. They just do though. So the thing about Sorani Kurdish is it's front loaded with its exceptions. It kind of sucks for learning it, but then once you get past it, it's really actually not a big deal. Okay, this is a L, just a lamb. This is a deeper lamb. It's a L. So when I say I'm like slow, you hear how it colors the vowel that follows it, slow. So this I will always write as this little L with a, I don't know what that is. It's that funky L. That's how I write it to make that differentiation. I mean, you could also write it as two L's. Oh, how would I put it in the right place? Right there. So slow. And I suppose it doesn't really have a super good corollary in English. Okay, this is just a meme. M. No difference. Noon. N. All right, this is these are the rest of the vowels except for the ha here. This is just going to be an oo. There are two oos in Kurdish. There doesn't necessarily need to be though, because this is also an oo, but it doesn't sound any longer. But there's certain words you have to write that way. I don't know why. There's probably a reason for it. I don't know it. But this is an oo. This can also be a wa, just like in Arabic. It behaves just like the Arabic wa, where it can be an oo or a wa, depending on what's followed. If there's a vowel after it, like walat, we obviously if you write in English, we know what it is. But if you write it in walat, where you have this A noise. This is going to look kind of funny to everybody new to Sorani. This is like, what is this ha doing here? It's not a ha. I'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so these are both oo. This can be a wa or an oo, and this is just oo. This is o. This is like this is like a dhamma in Persian. It just makes an o. Just an o, just a little caron on the top. All right, this is a ha. I wish for the people learning Sorani for the first time, I wish this were differently, but these are two different letters. This is a ha. So when you're writing, no, that's not even it. It's like hatin. The words for coming, or for coming in general is just hatin. Hatin. To come. That's just the word to come. All right, but it has a kind of the onion shape at the front, very familiar to anybody that does Arabic or Persian. It's very rarely going to be in the middle of a word. It's usually going to be because of this next one. This is an a, just a little a. So there's the aleph, a, and there's a. A. And that's why, so when I write the word America, it's going to be that little oh, I already did it. There we go. So, and I'm going to take all of this and throw it onto our notes for later. So I know I've kind of blown through this rather quickly. And again, if anybody has any questions, please stop me. Okay, so that's an a, and that's why Kurdish is going, or Sorani Kurdish is going to look very broken up in the way it's written, because all of these things that would be short vowels are all written out. So you can't even do the calligraphy the same way because it's broken up so much. So this is the a. This is an e or a ye, just like Persian or Arabic. No difference here. This can be an e or a ye. But if it starts off a word, it's got to have that Hamza there. They're just too afraid to be out there by themselves. That's what Hamza's for. He's the brave one, or she. I don't know if Hamza is gendered. Okay, and then there's there's E, and then if you put that little caron on top, that's the E. That's E. So if you're saying like Iran, Iran. That's how you say Iran in Sorani Kurdish. Iran. Basha. Okay, and the last one here is the bizroka, the bizwen. This is just the noise that your mouth makes when you put too many consonants in a row. It's just going to be a little noise. So in Persian, you would say man, yani esme man, yani nawi min. So it's just min in Kurdish. And it's going to take you a bit to see this as a Persian speaker or an Arabic speaker and not say man or min or with as in from in Arabic. This is just min. So, but I will write it with like an I in there because I can't really do the minimized I. It's just going to be written as a normal I. Okay. With all the pronunciation out of the way, does any other questions? Does this, before I throw this onto our page and we move on to our next little bit of speaking? Nope. Okay. Let me, I'm going to make a note. I'm going to throw this on our notes after we're done rather than take our time now. Okay, good. We'll do that. Be good. Okay. Joanna. So let's keep going on the speaking. Okay. Joanna. Okay. Asako.
Vale.
Vale. Now it's Chia.
Min nawim asakoya.
Zurbasha. Who?
O nawit chia.
Now in Ben. Choni.
Bashim. Tochoni.
Manish Bastin Zursapas. Zurbasha. Okay. Choni. Zurbasha. Asako. Takaya. To bo Choni bo Hussein Christiar Bada.
I ask.
Vale. Zurspas.
Hussein Tochoni.
Man basham, man khasam,
Yek Jarbasha.
Buchoni.
Minish Bashim. Spas.
Arzur basha, spas.
Yek Jarbasha. Zurspas. Zurbasha. Okay. Joanna. Awa, Choni. In the future, I'll have these all written out. So I won't be doing this live stream, which is not a good use of time. If I had a chalkboard, I guess I'd be doing it there too. Zurbasha. So these are also equational sentences. When you're saying, how are you? What is the subject?
You.
You, yeah. So instead of, it's going to be this is the equational ending for you. You are. So, maybe. Okay. Oop. Yeah, so anytime it's like Choni, Zurbasha. Asako, Bashi. Yeah, Choni, Bashi.
Bashim. Bashim.
Zurbasha. Yani awa, yani Christian Bashi, yani Bashi, you're good. Bad, yani Bashim. Zurbasha. Oh, min Bashim, to Bashi. Yani Chonim, Bashim, spas. Spasha. Get it?
Vale.
چونی؟
باشیم. تو چونی؟
منیش باشم سپاس. منیش باشم. دیلک؟
بله ماموستا.
چونی؟
باشم. تو چونید؟
منیش باشم سپاس.
ساختی.
زور باشه. سارا؟
چونی؟
چونی؟
باشیم. چونی؟
منیش باشم سپاس. زور باشه. Okay, Olivia. Oh wait, you're having mic issues, that's right. Okay, Berfin.
بله ماموستا.
تو چونی؟
باشم تو چونی؟
زور باشم سپاس. زور باشه. Okay, من باشم. Okay, Mona.
چونی؟
باشم سپاس. تو چونی؟
باشیم. I had a question.
فرمو.
So why or when is it just the M ending versus the min ending for I? Like I'm looking at the possessive suffix chart.
Okay. A possessive suffix isn't like when it's my name. It's just nauim, my name. Yani mobileim, my phone. Papillon, like just a bow tie, papillon. That's just a possessive suffix. It looks and sounds the exact same way as the equational ending for I am. You know, we know
So the possessive is this. The possessive one is the same as the subject one.
Yeah, it looks the exact same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all context. There's going to be a lot of overlap in Sorani Kurdish in terms of, this is a good question, by the way, a lot of overlap for what these things do. So this is also going to be the same thing as, man, I don't want to give you a drink from the fire hose, but it's going to be the same thing as a possessive suffix, the equational ending. It's going to be the verb suffix for all tenses. So like, okay, I am teacher. Min mamostam. I live in Bloomington. Min jiandakam.
Wait, sorry, I'm just confused. Wait, when is it min and when is it just the M?
So a lot of times, that's a really good question too. This is a little superlative because you got to think of this as kind of a data package. When you see nauim, we know we're talking about, whose name is it? It's my name. You know, if I say min nauim, it's repetitive and it has a use. Sometimes people will do it, but like a lot of times, like in familiar conversation, you'll omit it. It's just nauim ben, now it's chia.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, because I hope it makes sense. Just because it makes sense to me doesn't necessarily mean it makes sense to everybody else. So stop me if it doesn't. But these are little data packets. This tells you what you need to know. So if you say like, okay, like when I said, okay, Hussein. Bashi?
من باشم.
Zur Basha. All I commuted right there, I gave an inflection of a question, Bashi, you know, kind of an E, like higher note at the end. And I had the little data packet. I had the Bashi, you are good. So I could say Tobashi, or I could just say Bashi. Doesn't like it's in there. That information is available because this equational ending is there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, sure. And if anything I've done makes it harder, you can communicate with me later. Like you can always email me. I'm always very happy to email. Zurbasha. All right. Did I not get to talk with anybody already? Oh, Alex, Johnny.
Basham.
Zurbasha. زور نزيك لفارسية يعني چطوری يعني چانی بعدين يعني چوایی
Palishuma
else?
Shatori.
بله چطوری خوب هستید بله دیلک او چویی به بادینیه
نه به بادینی دبیجی چوانی.
چوانی زور باشه
چوانی.
چوانی
If informally, we'll say choi. Informal. Yeah.
زور باشه okay جوانا زور باشه okay so let's see okay let's throw one more piece on this okay زور باشه get it
بله.
چانی
باشیم. چونی.
باشیم سپاس
سپاس.
سپاس زور باشه سپاس جوانا okay زور باشه okay Hussein
بله.
Slow.
سلام.
Now it's Chia.
من نوم حسينة. ناوي جناب شيا.
Nawim Ben. Tochoni.
من باشم. تشوني.
Manish Bashim. Spas. Khwahafiz.
وحافظ.
Khwahafiz. Zur Basha. أو زور نزيك لفارسية يعني خدا حافظ يعني خواحافظ 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 زور باشا. Okay, well, let's do a breakout group right quick. Let's start it from the beginning. Nislau, Nawim, Nawit, Chia, Choni, Khoshalim Banasinet, Choni, Khwahafiz. And you've all got access to this document, yes? And I'll be jumping into everybody's groups. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll just do a little wrapping up stuff, and we'll go from there. Surbasha, okay. That's the breakout group that came. Oops. Okay. Başla.
Slow.
Hello.
Tonalchia.
Nawam Sarah. Nawachia.
Naum Iskandara. Khoshalim ba Nasinit.
Minish Hoshalim. Hoshalim.
Tochoni.
Bashim. Tochoni.
Bashim Spas.
Spas. Khwahafiz.
Khwahafiz. I need to get used to that. Oh. Slow.
Slav. Navin Barfine. Navitçiye.
Naum Iskandara. Khoshalim ba Nasinit.
Minish Feruha.
Tochoni.
Başım Tuçani.
Minish Bashim Spas.
Spas. Khwahafiz.
Khwahafiz.
Yekçer Basha. Joanna. Sad basada. Joanna. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay.
Oh, I have one.
Please.
It's just a general question.
No, you're
How
good.
long are these typical sessions?
They will be going for an hour.
Okay.
If you need to check out before, that's okay. It'll be recorded if you need to catch up or if you need to miss a week. But generally, we have 5 minutes left.
Mhm.
So we're basically going to wrap up after this.
Okay, and also the textbook that you showed us, like the alphabet from, is that in the Google Drive?
That is not. I'm not authorized to share it in Google Drive. I'll be taking pictures from it, but I can't share it on Google Drive. That one's it's actually from IU. My mentor made it. I can honestly say it's the best textbook out there, but for this class, we're piecing along on using the Google stuff.
Okay. What's it called?
I'll share it
just
with
about to
everybody.
ask.
What's that? Yeah. No, how about I'll pop out, tell everybody else. So.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry, I didn't mention that. I just threw it out there and then, okay. Okay.
Wow. Hafiz.
Khwa Hafiz.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's great. Well, if we're in a classroom together, like a normal classroom, that's what we'd be doing. So it's very normal. Khwa Hafiz. Yeah, it's just this, you can say Khwa Hafiz. There's a lot of variation in this. Just regionally, some people will say Khuda Hafiz, sounds more Persian. The Persian word for God is going to be some version of Khuda, Khua, Khuawand, Khudawand. Depends on the region, depends on the time period, depends on the religion. Masha. Okay. So we had a question earlier. So this is, I can't share the textbook on, I'll share the link for it, but I can't share the textbook on the Google Drive. I'm legally not able to do that. Let's see, no, sell cars. This is just your recommendation. This is not a requirement. You are not required to buy anything for this class. And I'm just sharing this because there was a question on which textbook I was referencing. And again, I know how much this seems like a pitch. I don't make any money off of this. I'm just throwing that out there. Just covering all my bases. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you just order it. You have to go to I'll throw this in here. And again, I'm not going to follow up on anybody does this or doesn't do it. But this is what I teach out of at IU. I highly recommend it, but I will stop at that point. So that's where it is. It comes with an audio component. I think there are a couple of videos with, audio and video. I like it quite a bit. So if you're doing it seriously, I would recommend it. For this class, you are not required to get anything. I appreciate seeing you here. I appreciate your participation. So that's what I asked. Okay, so this is how things will go almost every week. I'm going to have it so that I'll have a recommended video for next week, like before, if you can see it. And then I will also have, because things went a lot slicker this time when I had everything pre-written, I'll have everything we're going to do in class written down beforehand. Because I've already done this and I know what works best now. So like Hossein and Asako, I really appreciate your patience the first time around. But yeah, I'll actually get further this session because of that. Let's see. So yeah, we'll start off with a bit of grammar. We'll go between speaking, grammar, something like that, just to help. Did that feel pretty good? Okay. It's a little unusual format with being a week between seeing each other. So making the most out of it. Okay. If anybody has any questions, you can always email me. I'm going to, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to upload this to the Google Docs. And I'll include which video. I'm going to go look through which ones we have. I'll include which video I recommend. If you can see it between now and then. And then next week, we're just going to pick up right where we left off. I'll have everything. I'll also have the lesson plan written now, so you can see it beforehand. Everyone good? Any questions? Yeah.
سؤالكن فرساكن نية.
Okay, presjara nia. Zor spas. Das khosh Hussein. Zor basha. Okay. Khosh halam by بس ناسينتان وزور سباس بيارمتيتان. اوكي. خوا حافظ.
زور سباس.
زور سباس.
Hafiz.
خوا حافظ سباس بيوش.